This week we roll Save versus Smell as we enter the haunted house on the hill that's also haunted, Manor. Hello and welcome to the Bloody Bits Horror Show. I am your host, Eddie, with Ching Sound, The Axe Jefferson, and joining me as always, the co-host with the co-most, it's Tim Yobo. How are you doing today, sir?
Already a little bit confused, but it can only go up from here, right? And by that I mean my confusion.
Potentially. Or you might, you know what? You might find a new passion, Tim. And speaking of finding new passions in the most unlikely places, it's Candice.
That's true. I do inspire that in people when they least suspect it.
Mm-hmm. Now all of a sudden there's a group of men out there who want their women to start wearing Cookie Monster bras.
It's true. Trendsetter.
Quite the trendsetter.
You should start selling them on Etsy.
Ah.
And Christmas underwear in March.
That's... Your underwear game needs some help, man. That's all I got to say.
That's why that whole thing, because remember there used to be a thing, I don't think it was maybe, it must have been like more in the 70s, the 80s, where you had underwear that had like the days of the week written on them.
That's for little girls.
That's scary. Tim still has some. But we are not alone on our journey through the land of Dungeons and Dragons. No, folks, we're joined by a longtime friend of the show, and I don't know, maybe a ringer in this arena. It's our friend, Diamondback Manhunter. How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing well. Yep, Diamondback Manhunter. You could also call me Dave. Probably easier just to call me Dave because that's my name.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, I am doing wonderful. Wonderfully, I suppose.
Excellent. Glad to hear that. So, folks, you know what we do first. The thing we always do first. What have you been consuming this week? Dave, if you're not familiar with that, we kind of just have a little brief icebreaker discussion about what things we've been consuming over the week. I know Tim probably saw Morbius. He's probably waiting to get a date to go out to an IMAX with him to check it out for a second time.
You got to try to get some value out of that fucking movie. And let me tell you, fellas, if you want to fuck in a movie theater, I mean fuck, and fuck loudly, go see that movie, because it's only going to be you and one other person in that movie theater.
The person
and the
you're fucking.
projectionist is probably going to be happy watching you fuck than watching that fucking piece of crap movie. That's the end of my review. Join me on Letterboxd.
So, Tim, I guess we'll start with you, sir. What have you been consuming this week besides that shit?
Just to keep it simple, because I've been a little bit busy this week, and I've been playing a video game that involves my son and my mother, well, I guess maybe later on it will be the mother and the son having incest relations together on a game on Xbox, but let's not get into that. I saw the greatest episode of Love at the Lockup.
Oh.
Okay. And just to keep it short and sweet, because we're going to be playing a long-ass game here, two dudes showed up the same day this chick got out of jail. And she told one of them, don't come, and she told the other one, show up and get me. But both of them decided to show up. And needless to say, sparks flew, and these two guys who were both spitting images of each other.
Oh, no.
Down to the cowboy trucker hats, the shaved beards, look like they've been taking HGH for like the last 7 or 8 fucking years. They're both in their late 40s. They're trying to look like they're in their early 20s.
Mm-hmm.
And each one is calling the other one, look at this little fucking punk. Look at this little fucking asshole. And one guy says, he looks like he's in 3rd grade. And the other one says, don't you put your hands on me.
What?
And the other guy, yeah, because he put his hand up like to show how short he was.
Right.
And the guy pulled both of his hands back, put them behind his back, and put his chin out and said, go ahead. And guess what happened?
They left with each other.
Yeah, that's what I was hoping for.
No, that guy went ahead and one punch fucking knocked him out. Like his head fucking hit the fucking ground, and he was knocked out. And he just gets in his car, and he has this long 100 cigarette. You know what I mean by the 100 cigarettes?
Yeah,
so like the really
the
fucking long
yeah.
ones. he doesn't have it lit, and he's looking out the window, and he keeps bouncing on the fucking car window. He goes, he ain't knocked out. He's just pretend he's sleeping.
So he won't get hit anymore. That's what I do.
He drives away. He's on the phone. He's like, hey, Ma, I want to let you know, I'm going to jail today.
Jesus.
Great.
It is just such the perfect trash show. It is better than any trash TV show that you can ever imagine, and you just don't see shit like that. Well,
You're
at least I
telling
don't see it
me
every day.
that people who surf dates at prisons are trashy people.
Well, they all have their problems, but it's just, it has never been a good thing in my experience in fighting, is ever putting both hands behind your back and putting your chin out
No.
at somebody who you are picking up the girl from prison that he thought he was going to be picking up. Then you're talking about how stupid and short he is. Come on. You're just asking
Well, Tim,
for it.
you'd be sticking your chin out to distract from your hand reaching around to put your finger up their butthole.
No, he was putting his finger up his own butthole. That's what that guy was fucking doing. You never put your hands behind your back. Put it behind
He got
his
it
back.
backwards.
Yeah.
He got confused.
But this guy, the ambulance shows up, everything like that, because the camera crew won't let him drive because he tries to drive, and they take his car keys away from him because he's got a concussion. Bitch gets out of the fucking car, takes a shit, and who does she call?
She took a shit?
Well, she takes her shit.
I mean, like, in a bathroom.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, she got
Who
back
did
in
she
the
call?
car with the guy. She called the guy who knocked the motherfucker out, the one who she told, don't come and pick me up in prison. She's like, hey, we got to talk. I was really interested in the way that you fought for me back there.
Jesus Christ. Well, if Will Smith taught us nothing else, women love a man that'll stand up for them.
Hey, that's true.
So what about you, Candice? What have you been consuming this week?
Well, let's follow up with some sad dating. I watched the movie Fresh.
Fresh. Okay,
Yes.
what's that?
Spoilers.
I won't put any spoilers in it, but it is such a good fucking movie. And especially for someone who has tried online dating before, not at prisons, just regular old OkCupid back in the 2010s.
Just when you worked in that mental institution.
Yeah.
Oh, that should be the next show.
It starts out, she's like going on these online dates and stuff, and then she has a meet cute with Sebastian Stan, and it goes from there, and it's really fucking good. I don't want to give anything away because you really need to go into it blind.
Okay.
I don't like that name, Sebastian Stan.
That's a weird name.
Yeah, it is, right?
Yeah.
But he is so hot. And speaking of which, I think I have a...
Are you a Sebastian Stan?
Oh, hell yeah, I am. I'm starting to think that I have a problem with my choice of men.
Yeah,
that it might be problematic.
Oh boy, yeah. Let your husband hear that, Candice.
Because the other great movie I watched was Stoker from Park Chan-wook.
Okay.
Tim knows what I'm talking about because he's seen that movie.
No spoilers.
Yeah, it's a daughter. I can't remember the actress name, but she's the chick from Crimson Peak and Tim Burton's Alice in Wonderland and Through the Looking Glass.
Okay.
She's got like the really big brown eyes and stuff, but yeah, she's this daughter, and her father is killed in a car accident, and this long estranged uncle that she didn't even know she has shows up and stays with them for a while. And of course, insanity ensues, but he's so fine.
Wait, what ensues? Oh, insanity. Okay.
Yeah, insanity ensues. Yeah. But I think it's actually my favorite Park Chan-wook movie. I was like, this is fantastic. This is exactly the kind of stuff I like. And I came out wrong.
Nah. Oh, man. All right, what about you, Dave? What have you been consuming this week, sir?
Yeah, I've been, I guess, reading a book called "Songs of a Dead Dreamer" and "Grimscribe," which is a Penguin Classics collection of short stories by Thomas Ligotti. He's a horror writer who kind of came into prominence in the early 1980s, and he's one of those people who doesn't really allow his books to be published by a whole lot of folks and kind of keeps the supply really limited because I think he doesn't like the mainstream publishing houses or whatever. But he's a fantastic writer.
He is.
Highly recommend that. So yeah, anything by him is really, really good.
Yeah, it's funny. That was friend of the show, Faustus, sent me a copy of Conspiracy Against the Human Race by Thomas Ligotti a while ago. Excellent read.
Yep, next on my list, actually. Yeah, aside from that, I've just been, putting off playing Elden Ring, which is on my computer, and I played it a little bit a few weeks ago, but I don't know. I just go into phases. So right now I'm working my way through the entire Resident Evil series for the umpteenth time.
Are you starting with PlayStation 1? And then
I'm playing the originals. I got it all set up on my computer so that I can play the originals and then the remakes.
You don't find it hard to go back to tank controls?
No, I grew up with them, so I mean, they suck, but whatever. It's still fun. The remake, though, the Resident Evil remake, they don't have. They updated the controls so you can just use analog.
Yes, the Resident Evil 2 remake was fucking fantastic. It was my game of the year when it came out. Yeah. It just was so fun, and it looked so good, and it played so well, and it was polished to such a extreme shine that I would just play it over and over and over again. And I'm like, man, this game's fucking great.
Candice likes the remake better than the original.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, in this case, the remake is.
In this case, yeah, she's right. Oh man.
Look, she can't be 100% wrong all the time. So she got this one.
So that's making me think, because you're talking about going back to those old PS1 games, and they just got the Mr. FPGA device. They just got a PS1 core working on it really well. So, that's way nerdier than anybody.
I don't know what that is.
So, can't you play...
I do.
Yeah. I'm sorry, just before I forget real quick. Can't you play PlayStation 2, 1, 2, and 3 games on the Xbox with the developer's kit?
Yeah, if you mod an Xbox, you can run an emulator.
I don't know if you even need to mod it. I think they have a developer's kit that you can buy. And then once you buy it, you can run it almost again, I don't know what the fuck I'm really talking about. I've seen it on the internet.
Yeah.
But run Linux or run all these other emulators where you're playing. Because I saw somebody on the other playing God of War on the Xbox X.
Yeah.
And that's what they were using.
Yeah, that makes sense. But then you can't. Then that limits other things. That I don't think you can play online games, and it also disables.
You probably switch back and forth, right?
Yeah. No, but so for those of you who don't know, the Mr. FPGA device is like an emulator on steroids, in that it doesn't actually run a single thread computation to emulate a game system. It physically emulates the architecture of the game console with all of the same gate arrays, all of the same CPUs and everything. It's the only thing I've ever played on emulation, quote unquote, where while I was playing it, I forgot that I wasn't playing on original hardware. It's that 1-to-1, plus it dynamically upscales to 1080p, so it doesn't look all blown out and fucked up on your screen. It looks phenomenal. So
I think do you have a CRTV?
I do have a CRT TV, so I could hook it up to that, but I'll tell you what, just going straight up through HDMI with it works just fine. No problem.
I don't know. I think the purists out there would naysay that.
They might, but you know what they can
that
do?
Curve, man. Come on.
They
That's
can
how you got asteroids almost in 3D.
They can go ahead and reach their hands behind their backs and shove a thumb up their ass. I really don't care. If I want pure with the CRT TV, Candice, I'll just plug in the original console.
The only PS1 game that I do go back and play is Symphony of the Night.
Yep. That's a phenomenal game.
God, that game does not age.
Yeah.
Yes.
So good. Maybe the pinnacle of pixel
my
art.
classic games are on the 2600 or the 5200.
Yeah. Tim's like, oh, man.
Custer's Revenge.
I go back and play Riddle of the Sphinx. It's the best. Custer's Revenge.
Hey, look, I'm counting on all the time that I played Adventure on the 2600 to help me along with that, because with that game you needed some fucking imagination, because it was a square with the fucking stick.
See, then you've already basically played D&D, Tim.
That fucking bat got me every single goddamn time.
Yeah, it was a real
I've
motherfucker.
I've been playing Pillars of Eternity 2 Deadfire. It's a CRPG. It's what?
No, Candice, you gotta play that Crusaders game.
Right?
What? Tim talked over you. What did you say?
Obsidian is the developer of that, right?
Yes. Yeah, this was, yeah. I think this came out 2 or 3 years ago. And since I just
Dave
got my
is kind
PC,
of coming in a little bit low, that's why.
I can up him.
See, that's why I'll talk over Candice, though. Because I can hear her perfectly, but he's our guest.
But yeah, since I got the PC up and running, I've been steadily building my backlog of games, and Pillars of Eternity 2 Deadfire, I was like, ooh, I like pirates. Let's play this game. And so it kind of is similar to what I've seen of D&D, where it's like, you're in a wood, you see a caravan, your wheel is broken. Yeah,
well, if you like pirates, check out the game Sea of Thieves. It's
Oh, I've been playing that. Yeah, I played on the Xbox.
That's how Candice and I's podcast career started. Because
exactly. Me, Tim, and Daniel used to run together on the SS Grindbin.
Yeah.
Playing
you guys
Sea of
had
Thieves.
it running. Yeah, well, we should do set up a Bloody Bits, the Bloody Buddies or something. Sea of Thieves thing. I might actually play if that happens.
It's a cool game, and it is
fun.
It scales to how many people. I think we can have 6 people in a game at once.
Then that'd be all of our listeners. That'd be great.
I think the largest ship is 4, but sure.
4.
Is the galleon? Might be 6. Yeah, I don't know.
You can have more people. You can have more people on it, but it's not. You can't. Not everyone's going to be doing something. One person's going to be hanging around while one person's navigating. One person's manning the
Fuck that
sails.
shit. I'm going to be hanging out in the crow's nest getting high.
Yeah. Man.
Tim's the cabin boy.
And soon he'll be a cabin man. And if you're a cabin man, you might have some troubles with hair on your testicles. What have I been consuming, by the way, is Elden Ring, basically. So, fellas, have you started spring cleaning yet, Tim?
Well, I mean, you always got to keep it nice and clean, but spring cleaning is the best kind of cleaning, isn't it?
You're damn
nice
right.
And fresh.
Yeah, the carpets need the cleaning, the drapes need dusting, and your lawn needs a mowing. Spring is sprung, and the global leaders in below-the-waist grooming have the best tools for cleaning aisle 5 in your pants. So it's time to clear out all of your winter bush and join the other 4 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped by going to manscaped.com, and you get 20% off your order and free shipping worldwide, Dave, if you use promo code BITS20.
Maybe this is something that can clear up just my heinous downstairs area.
Yeah, how's that looking? Like somebody fucked up a Wookiee down there, or what's going on, Dave?
Well, more like killed a puppy and then just mashed it. Yeah, just mashed it against the front of my body. So I really need help.
Well, you know what would help you with that, Dave, is the Lawnmower 4.0 trimmer to get the most precise shave on your hedges. And did we mention that it's waterproof as well?
Can you do topolary with it?
Yeah. It says
topiary.
That was one of the notes here. They actually misspelled it, too, just like you, Tim. It says topolary compatible.
Well, it's good that it's waterproof because I'm always it's just buckets and buckets of water down there.
Yeah.
Sweat and...
You could piss yourself while you're using this thing. So, also, guys...
And you can use the light streaming through your piss. Got a nice little light show going on.
Yeah, you could have like a laser Pink Floyd's The Wall on your balls. So, this is the start...
Dark Side of the Moon?
Yeah, Eddie. It's Dark Side of the Moon. Not The Wall. Jeez.
No, the laser light show is always The Wall. And it's the start of spring, which also marks the start of Testicular Cancer Awareness Month in April, Candice.
We've been talking about this before, right? This is a great
Yes.
This is a great team up with them because no bullshit. Because I'm of that age now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where you gotta check your balls.
You gotta check your balls.
Let's Candice, I'm sorry, but you can't be part of this conversation for a couple of minutes. Guys don't always check their balls, right? But if you're shaving yourself and keeping yourself nice and groomed down there,
Tim, Candice can check guys' balls.
I think it's a proven fact that most ball cancer is found by girlfriends or wives before the dudes even realize it, right? And that's because they're hairy fucking balls. They're not checking their balls. They're not dusting them. They're not preserving them. So check your balls.
I was checking the local high school, and that's why I'm not allowed within 500 feet of it.
So Manscaped has partnered. By the way, she's actually not a pedophile. So just so you know when you're checking the time code, guys. Manscaped has partnered with the Testicular Cancer Society to bring awareness to testicular cancer, men's health, and early cancer detection. Mm-hmm. They're committed to raising awareness, Manscaped is, for the most common form of cancer in men aged 15 to 35. You know that's the most common form of cancer in men 15 to 35, Tim?
I
Ball
did not
cancer?
know that.
I wouldn't be surprised. Again, because, at 18 years old, you're not even smart enough to know that your balls can, actually be used for other stuff, right?
Yeah,
What?
You kick people in them.
I mean, I'm 1 year out of the age range, so I'm home free.
You made it.
Yeah, we're all safe.
Now you got to check for prostate cancer.
Yep.
The odds are never zero.
Well, that's a lot more fun.
Yeah, that's true. At least the prostate cancer checks, everybody wins on
Yeah,
that.
but look, we're not talking about a product that gets you to check your prostate. We're talking about a product that gets you at least once a week or so to check your balls, right?
That's right.
Oh, is prostate cancer awareness is May then, right?
Yeah, prostate's
if
May,
you're lucky,
I think.
maybe.
So, yeah, and they're giving support to fighters, so people who are fighting with testicular cancer, survivors, and families impacted by testicular cancer as part of their We Save Balls initiative. Mm-hmm. So
good deal.
Make sure you get your balls all nice and clean and prepared and ready for action.
And checked, yeah.
Give them a quick once-over.
Yeah, get rid of all that fucking brush that's covering up shit that might be going on with your balls, right?
Yeah, you remember how Trump said that if we would rake the forests, we wouldn't have as many wildfires?
That's true. If you rake your balls,
yeah,
you won't have too many brush fires.
You trim the hedges.
Now I'm sorry here, but I have to get a little gross because have we heard about these men who don't, after they go to the bathroom, they don't properly, take care of themselves, let's say.
Masturbate?
So to avoid dingleberries?
Yeah, and that kind of way. And because they don't want it to be gay, they don't want to stick anything up their butt, right?
What? You know what?
That's a thing.
My wife mentioned this, and I got to wonder about these fellas.
So, I just have to ask, is there anything from Manscaped that assures men that if they, trim downstairs and they're handling their own, junk, to assure them that isn't necessarily a homosexual act? I mean, it could be, but it could also, be a heterosexual.
If they're handling their own junk, how does anybody consider that a homosexual act?
Well,
yeah, wouldn't every man on the face of the earth be homosexual?
To Dave's
because I jerked off 1 billion guys.
What? No, you jerked yourself off. No, to Dave's point.
In the same vein of thinking, right?
What Dave is saying is a lot of men don't wipe their ass proper because they're afraid their finger goes too far in their butthole.
Oh,
it'll turn them gay.
Yeah.
So he's saying, how can we assure the listeners that shaving your balls doesn't make you gay? And Dave, I'm so glad that you asked, because right now they actually have certificates right here that if you order from Manscaped and use promo code BITS20, it'll say whatever your sexuality is, you just punch it in, and it'll confirm that and send you a certificate, guaranteed. Please
you
note
put it on the floor, you squat over it, and you shave your balls.
That's right.
All the hair falls on it.
And you know what? If Manscaped won't do it, I'll do it. I'll send you a certificate that confirms whatever your sexuality is, gay, straight, all of the above.
You know what? That's some really gay guys who really don't want to admit that they're gay, right? They're fighting everything they can, right?
I mean, maybe.
No. It could be, but also very toxic.
And just because you like something up your butt doesn't mean you're gay. What if it's a chick doing it? I knocked over my microphone.
You know, Candice, exactly. Because I remember one of my friends a long time ago, and I won't get too far into it, but we get into a conversation about, would you rather have a chick piss on you or stick a finger up your ass? And he's like, oh, man, no way, I don't want a finger up my ass. That's gay. I'd rather have her piss on me. I was like...
It's not gay if a chick's doing it.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, so you never want... Because he said, that's what gay guys do. And I'm like... So you never want a blowjob? Because guess what gay guys do with each other? They give each other blowjobs, too, right?
It's so stupid.
Yeah, stupid fucking asshole.
Yeah. Okay, so go to manscaped.com and use promo code BITS20. We're sorry. So anyway, guys.
Don't you apologize for that.
No. It's all good. Just don't be weird and homophobic, please. Let those fucking poor guys just do their thing. They're not hurting you.
It's not gay to touch your own balls.
Yeah, it's not.
No.
Mostly.
I mean, unless you're gay and you touch your own balls, then it is. Then whatever.
Yeah, I guess it is then.
Yeah, so there you go.
Technically.
He got you there. Got you on the technicality, Candice. Oh, boy. So what are we doing this month, ladies and gentlemen? If you haven't heard the teaser that I put up on Twitter yet, or the bonus episode that came out last Sunday, the 3rd, then you wouldn't know. So I'll tell you. I'm making these fuckers play Dungeons and Dragons.
We're going to find out if we're gay
Literally
for D&D.
has us in a fucking dungeon.
Literally. I have you in a dungeon right now, Tim. No, so this is a horror podcast, right? And I'm doing a horror...
Get ready to be horrified.
...thing. I'm going to scare everybody, is what we're going to do.
We're scaring you all away.
So, I'm going to be assuming the role of the Dungeon Master, which I do both professionally and recreationally, and in my private life sometimes, just for fun. And these three are going to be playing. They're going to be playing through a little adventure I call The Haunted House on the Hill That's Also Haunted Manor.
And if there's anything I know from my private life, it's role-playing.
Yeah, you've been playing the role of adjusted human being for so long now. Then again, haven't we all?
Oh, speaking of online dating... One of the questions this dude asked me was, what would be your role-playing? And I was like, Ultimate Quicksilver and Ultimate Scarlet Witch.
What?
They were
Well,
gay.
like,
they were incestual twins in the Ultimate Marvel series.
Oh. Yeah.
You fucking with me for Dungeons and Dragons. I'm just saying.
I don't get it either, Eddie. It's just people think it's nerdy or something.
Actually, no, I don't think that's so much a big deal anymore, because you can buy the fucking manuals at Walmart.
Wait,
now,
hold on.
which is
As
crazy.
somebody who grew up when Dungeons and Dragons really hit, it was completely nerdy because it was something that you had to use your brains and imagination for instead of having everything filled in for you.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's what it was in the late 70s and 80s. And
Right, but things have kind of changed. It is hit
now
more mainstream
being a nerd is a cool thing and it's
man.
a great thing. Yeah, but I'm just
yeah,
saying,
how
back
many-
then, it was, I want to play a
Yeah.
video game. I need everything filled in for me.
Think of Joe Manganiello plays D&D. Come on. Are you going to call him a nerd to
He's
his
the
face?
coolest guy ever. Vin Diesel.
One of the hottest.
Vin Diesel
Well, okay,
plays D&D.
I wasn't going to mention him, but... I was going to mention someone 10 times cooler.
Riddick.
Oh, shit. Great.
Yeah.
So
and
our
Tim-
first game will be good, and then everything else after that will be all downhill.
Yeah. Now,
Look, I play video games, watch horror movies, and read books. I have no leg to stand on here when talking
Yeah.
about nerdiness.
Gotcha. So I was going to ask, usually I ask everybody what their history is with the movie, but we're not doing a movie, so clearly Tim
Wait,
and Candice...
I watched the movie.
You watched the Dungeons & Dragons movie, that's okay, with one of the
that will
Wayans
prepare
brothers?
you. Yeah, everything you need to know
Yes.
Yep.
in that. Yeah.
Yeah,
Sweet.
okay. Gotcha.
Jeremy
All right,
Irons.
I'm going to win.
Yeah.
Yes.
Jeremy Irons with lipstick on, right?
Yeah, and Bruce... What's his face?
Bruce Valanche.
Nope.
He was,
He was
He
in
was
Warlock
in Home?
3. He's in a bunch of shit.
go get him, dragon! That would fucking rule. Oh, man. So, what about you, Dave? What's your actual history with role-playing games? You're the ringer here.
Yeah, so I don't know. I've been playing like all my life. My first role-playing game was like the West End games, Star Wars D6 one. And then kind of college years around high school, college, I didn't really play a whole lot. But about 6 or 7 years ago now, I moved to a new area and I didn't know what to do. So I was like, yeah, I'll just get into role playing, like sign up for a meetup or something like that. And yeah, so now I, run 2 Delta Green games every week, which is a horror Call of Cthulhu-like role-playing game. And then I play in another Dungeons & Dragons campaign every Saturday night. And so I've done it all, basically.
Wow. Quite the history for you there. What's okay? Let me ask you. What do you think is the most underrated game system?
Probably something like Monster of the Week, which is the what is it? Powered by the Apocalypse stuff.
Yep. Yeah, that's a cool one. So, for those of you listeners, how would you describe Monster of the Week?
So, a lot of role-playing games get really technical, right? You have to keep track of a lot of numbers. You have a stat for everything. So there's some people who like that. They tend to be on the more, like, quote, nerdier side or whatever. And they like, dealing with all the numbers, almost as if they're doing, like, sabermetrics with baseball, right, would be the equivalent, where, you know all the stats for everybody. Other people like the role-play. Yeah. Other people like the role-playing side of it. Don't really care what the numbers are doing. So there are systems like what I just mentioned, Powered by the Apocalypse, which are much more for like the role-playing and storytelling aspect of it, and are very rules-light versus something like the current Fantasy Flight Games Genesis system, which is used for their Star Wars game, which is a very rules-heavy game. Right? You can look up, there's a rule for anything. If you want to pick your nose, you have to know the rule to pick your nose correctly, right? So I like rules-light games because it leaves a lot more open to just kind of doing it on the fly and getting people participating.
That seems a lot more fun than tracking numbers on a spreadsheet. It's like, if I wanted to work, I would just go to work.
Yeah, exactly. But that's fun for you. That's fun, right?
I mean,
obviously, if it's half and half between how the games are played, somebody must like doing that shit.
Yeah.
Yep.
Nerds.
Some people like min-maxing and micromanaging.
So wait a second. In the D&D, in the D&D community, there are some people who are looked at as the ones as nerds.
It's tabletop role-playing game community, yeah.
Well, they're not looked down upon.
No.
It's just, that's the person you're going to say, okay, I don't want to memorize the rules, but you know all of them already, so whenever that comes up, I don't have to open a book. I just point at you, and you can tell me what it is.
That's useful.
Eddie?
No, I don't. No. I'm not very good at the rules of D&D. I just like the making cool shit happen part. So.
And what we're playing today is 5th edition, right, Eddie?
Yep,
yeah.
5th edition. Which is, of the D&D settings, probably the most accessible editions, I would say.
Mm-hmm. And for D&D...
Is this the one that all the hardcore players hate?
Yeah.
Kind of.
Because this is the one where you're trying to expand the community, and to do that, we kind of have to make things a little bit easier.
Well,
I don't want to say dumb it down, but make it more accessible to a 53-year-old drunk yobo at 7 o'clock at night.
I mean, especially compared to the previous edition, 4th edition, which is like... I mean, it was basically like a Warhammer miniature big grid map combat-heavy system that was just a ton of micromanaging and statistics, and it's ridiculous.
And, as was mentioned, there are a lot of people who really like that aspect of it because... they're not really so much into necessarily the role-playing or the storytelling, but what they excel at is like creating the most powerful character, because they know all of the minute rules that you would never think of for like character creation, and so they can power game. That's the word for it.
Yeah.
And then,
So this game hits the perfect balance, because if you're more like artistic and like want to tell a story, it's there for you. But if you want to sit there and do fucking numbers down to the 10th decibel, there it is for you, right?
The 10th decibel, so you can hear the numbers.
Decibel of numbers. If
You
you're
know
one
what
of
I
those,
hope that happens in this game? I hope there's a lot of like crazy fucking names I have to pronounce.
one of those real, if you're a real stickler for details like Yobo here, there's that for you.
Or you can play the part where you can just make up words as you go, okay? We're in a
Exactly.
different realm, okay?
Tim's-
Maybe decibels is the same thing like parsecs in this
Tim's-
world, okay?
Tim's very jazz with the English language, let's say.
Yeah, listen to the words I don't say.
I think.
If only we could.
I think my husband is one of those like min-max people, because I know we're both playing Loop Hero.
Oh, what a loser.
But we're both playing Loop Hero at the same time, and he's like adding up numbers and making sure that every loop that he does creates the maximum number of benefits versus like what equipment he could possibly lose. And I'm like, whee, this is fun, let's do this again. And he's like, oh my god, what are you doing?
He's clicking buttons and laughing.
Friedrich Nietzsche would say that it's the difference between the Apollonian and the Dionysian, of course.
Nerd. So,
I know.
we're at session 1 here. We skipped what the usual session 0 is, which is the character creation kind of stuff. I let our players here create their characters behind the scenes, and I'm going to just boot us up into the tavern. Just kidding. Where everybody's going to get introduced. So, I have to get into character. Hold on. I have to get into nerdy GM character. It takes a second. Hey, you know what, actually? Let's take a break real quick, and I'm going to go get another drink. That'll help me get into character. So, everybody, let's take 5. We're at 38 minutes.
All right,
And
we'll grab a drink.
come back in 5, okay?
All right.
All right, and pause.
They should make a THC multivitamin gummy.
Can we get THC as a sponsor? Because I can get some free fucking pot.
THC is not a company, Tim.
How about Delta 8? Delta 8,
Like-
Delta 9. I hear there's a Delta 10. Well, THC, it's just like, look, we're just like promoting the whole industry, right? So that
Yeah.
way, everybody's sending us shit.
No,
Coming down on one side until somebody actually
no,
pays
Tim.
us.
We get dick pills and shaving your balls companies is what we get.
When are we going to go above the waist?
Probably never. So,
Well,
To
they have
catch-
deodorant and shampoo, so we're kind of above
yeah,
the
yeah.
waist.
Oh, hey, yeah, they got lip balm.
Ball shampoo.
They do. They don't have ball shampoo. They have ball toner, Dave. Get it right.
Yeah, look, you can use the shampoo on your ball hair whenever's left over, right?
I actually use it on my beard because that's the most hair I have on my face or on my head. Period. So
You're doing
What
your
if you-
topiary
what-
work.
What if you use the Manscaped and get all the hair off, and then you use the shampoo on the hair?
oh, and the hair just on a pile on the floor.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah,
That's
they'd
a waste of
probably
good
like
shampoo.
that. They'd probably like that. Just double their sales up, man. All right. So to catch the listeners up, basically what happened was while we were recording our bonus episode, Tim and Candice's bodies became incorporeal forms, and they nodded off into darkness. It was really weird. So then we're going to call this session 1 here, Awakening.
Oh, okay. I'm on game. I'm bored.
You're on
do
game and
this.
at board.
Yep. I can speak English.
I need like
Thanks
creepy.
for covering for me.
Oh, wait, so are we saying that this is like an isekai kind of thing?
No, it's just whatever.
Okay.
Well, maybe I wonder if I have creepy music I could put on here. I need creepy music. Somebody make me creepy music and put it on here.
You can
So-
just talk. That's creepy enough.
At first, there is nothing. in eternal dreamless slumber. Then sound. You begin to hear the creaks and groans of seemingly ancient desiccated wood. You are sitting. You feel your body being lightly bounced and jostled. Slowly your eyes begin to open and focus. Everything is foggy. Where are you? What's happening? Why did I let Bill Cosby give me that drink? Your tired mind reaches out for answers as panic begins to seep into your thoughts. You focus. You are unharmed. All of your items seem to be with you. The panic begins to ease, and you remember you're in a carriage. You're supposed to be in this carriage. Or was that a dream? Are you still in a dream? It's at that moment that the carriage abruptly stops.
I'm sorry. It's just a,
Wow.
it's a scale.
Are we supposed to?
Wow,
supposed
this
to talk?
it's a really big carriage.
So everybody, I want you to
We're the
roll a
carriage of the
d.
giants.
I want everybody to roll a d20. You're going to make a dexterity check to see if you accidentally fall down when the carriage stops.
Wait, so it's slash roll space D.
20.
Wait, 1d20?
Yeah, 1d20. You too, Tim. Oh.
What the fuck do I got hit?
Just slash roll space 1d20. No, it's a slash, Tim, not a question mark.
Fuck.
And there's also a space after the word roll.
Okay.
So for our listeners, we're now hearing Tim Yobo in real time
Trying to fucking type, yeah?
trying
Okay,
to
let's see.
I have a.
There
slash
we go, I rolled a 20. Okay.
Tim.
Mine says dex check 4. Is that good?
That would be Faze's roll. That's not yours, Redbologna. You rolled a
Oh.
14.
You rolled okay. I fucked
You're
up.
fine. Dave fucked up. Tim has fucked up, but in a different way by not knowing how to do this. So, Tim, / roll space 1d20
Space.
/
Roll.
roll space 1d20. Okay.
Oh, for the listeners, it says / ROOL space 1d20. It says / rule 1d20.
Space 1D.
/
Okay. There we
He
go.
rolled an
Okay.
8. Okay, good. So,
Gotcha.
So Tim and Dave, both of your characters did not manage to brace themselves as the carriage just immediately stops. So you pitch forward and fall
Oh fuck!
onto the ground, getting no damage of any kind. Hold on, I got to move you guys to the ground here on the map.
Hey, of course I stayed in my seat because I'm
Candice
fucking
caught
badass.
herself. Yeah.
I try and like position my body and roll over to make it look like I did that cool, like it was intentional.
So what would that be? That would be like a
Performance check.
performance check. Yeah. Do a performance check at disadvantage, Dave.
Maybe? Okay.
You know what? I'll give you a 7. You know, you kind of make it look cool, but you did kind of bang your elbow a little hard, so anybody who was really paying attention would know you didn't do it on purpose. No, the three of you look at each other for the first time that you can remember, and we are, we're seeing in this this carriage, this motley crew, this assortment of characters, and the door of the carriage swings open. You see the outline of a man, thin as a blade, cutting through the light of the moon behind him. He enters the carriage, sits on the bench on the other side of you, and opens the curtains. He's an elf, a long, thin elf with stringy gray hair, skin that's pale as though he hasn't been in sunlight for many days, and he has one massive scar running down the side of his face, over his eye, which is milky and clouded. It's unmoving and unblinking. He moves feebly and slowly, as an older man would. He turns and looks at all of you, opens the curtains to allow the moonlight into this dark carriage that you've been sitting in for whatever reason.
It's still kind of well lit.
Says,
And
well,
I think I could rip him in half like a phone book.
and he says, "What are you doing riding around in the dark? Sleeping? It's dangerous here at night. Be glad you ran into me and not someone with treachery in their heart."
I mean, I was just cruising for chicks.
I taught myself not to sleep for 5 days with no ill effects.
I'm thinking, what the fuck is this old man just doing out in the woods waiting for us to come by in a carriage, talking to us like this?
This carriage is on its way to Neverwinter, of course.
Ooh, Neverwinter.
Who are
I know
all
that.
of you, and where are you from?
Who's going to talk first?
Yeah. Tim,
And
why don't you?
why don't you two get up off of the floor?
Oh, I meant to. No, I'm down here on purpose.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm
Can
doing
I
a
get
bit.
up off the floor?
It's a thing.
Do you
I'm
want
trying
to
to
get
break
off the
that.
floor, Tim?
Sure, why not?
Okay.
Look at my tiny little legs. Look
What
at that.
about you,
I,
Faze?
I start trying to do like a spin, to make it look like I was fucking breakdancing, but I don't think it looks very good.
Okay. But
But
you
I'm,
get
I'm doing that and then I stop in a little pose and put my hand on my head, like on my shoulder.
Okay.
And I give
Read.
both of them a hearty pat on the back.
Yeah, thanks for helping us up, Candice.
You have to grow strong on your own power. I can't do that for you. That's how you become a great warrior.
You're the muscle. Wait until you.
Okay,
wait until
in
you
the
need a
future,
lockpick,
I will.
Okay.
In the future, I will pick you up by the nape of your neck and plop you down in the chair.
Oh, like a kitten? Am I a kitten to you?
Exactly. You're so funny. Small man's very funny.
So who are you? And where are you from? What are you doing? All of you.
Well, who are you just coming into our carriage like this? I mean,
Again, as I said, this is a carriage. Kind of like in the future, they'll invent a thing called a taxi or a train, and people will use
yeah,
those.
and this is Occupado, bro.
half
Not the kind of
occupied.
train. Oh,
I bought a ticket, okay?
All right, well, let's see it then.
He says, it's right here. And he holds out a ticket stub that
Oh,
says, it says, Passage to Neverwinter 1.
I take it and I rip it and hand it back to him. Just, I rip it. Oh, well, okay, now that makes sense.
Oh, so you're the ticket taker. What's your name, ticket taker?
Yeah, I'm a Phase Vape Scope of the Dunchestershire MLG Vape Scopes, 420th of this line. And basically what's before you is a man with kind of ripped jeans and suspenders and no shirt. But he's wearing a duster and a fedora with a mullet hanging down. Strapped across his chest is a saxophone. On his belt, he has a little pouch hanging that says, Ezekiel. What did I say? It's Ezekiel, the pain artist, destroyer of multiverses. And a few other pouches and various things. He also has like a lute strung across his back.
Oh, Faze.
He's also his body is also kind of covered in a sheen of oil.
What business have you in Neverwinter?
I'm looking to find my fortune, maybe find a little bit of love.
As
My
you
wicked.
say the word love, the carriage shudders a bit, going like over a hard rock or something, and kind of...
Oh,
And he
that's not
says-
a good sign.
Ow,
Hey.
balls.
Carriage driver! I'm an old man back here. Choose softer ground.
Don't make it soft. It needs to be the hardest ground because we need to become the best at adventuring.
And who the hell are you?
Wait, hold on. How is hemorrhoids going to get us good at adventuring? Go to the soft ground. What the fuck? There's no preparation age in this game, right?
Everyone should have hemorrhoids at least once in their life to test their mettle.
Well,
I've had it many times.
I do appreciate the half-orc spirit. What of you? What's your name?
I am Redbologna. I am half-orc, half-human. And I am wearing a furred sports bra and a loincloth made out of fur, and the teeth are made from the necklace. The
teeth are made from the necklace.
I'm just gonna fuck this up. My necklace
How
is
do you
made
eat
from
with the
teeth.
necklace in your mouth?
Yeah.
Candice, wait until it's my turn. Eddie's saving the worst for last.
Oh, you know what I'm doing, Tim.
My necklace is made of teeth from the animal that the fur came from because it was a pet bear that I killed because I thought it was attacking children. Come to find out, it was their guardian. But I thought this vicious bear was attacking these kids, so I killed the bear, and then I strung up the body and cut it out all the usable pieces so I could wear this and show off how great I am.
So, Red, what business have you in Neverwinter?
My village people from my orc village threw me out and told me I need to go on my journey and become a great adventurer after I accidentally swung the windmill over when I tried to fix it with a hammer, and I swung too hard and busted open the side of it.
Oh, so they bought you a ticket out of town?
Exactly, and said, go on my way and grow and become strong.
Okay. And as you say the word strong, the carriage hits another, like a rock in the road, and jostles very hard. And
this is fun.
I said to choose softer ground.
When that happens, my body just flies across the carriage, landing in a.
Can I try to catch him so he doesn't fly out the window and hurt himself too bad?
It's not going to fly out the window, I don't think.
The window looks like it's open.
You could make an agility check, yeah. Or
Okay,
what is
how
it?
do I do
Dexterity.
that?
Dexterity check.
Roll
a d20 and then add, what is it? Yours is +1? Yeah.
D20 +1.
Second, yep, 14. All right, so as he goes flying across, you reach down and you grab, like, the back of his, I guess, duster to prevent him from flying too far forward.
You're welcome, FaZe. We're going to go on many grand adventures together.
Do our eyes catch each other?
Oh.
You're not asking
No.
me. You actually just asked her that question.
Did our eyes just move?
Yes, I had to see you and look at you to catch you, duh.
My eyes kind of go soft.
Hard then soft.
I just cross my arms and look out the window, completely oblivious to any moment that could have happened.
So, Dave, how do I share just a picture with people in this chat? Do you know how to do that?
Of what? Oh.
In the thing. How do I? If I wanted to show,
if you have a JPEG or something, you just drag it onto the board, right, from your desktop. I think so.
Really?
It's not a picture of your shaved balls, is it?
Yeah, it is.
Oh no! Is that
How
where we're
did you-
trapped?
Oh
did
God!
you know?
It has a happy face drawn on it.
Yeah. That don't pay attention to the one on the left. We're still working with the people at the doctor's office to figure out what the fuck that thing is. But yeah, no. What if damn it? I uploaded the picture.
Fuck! I saw a lump.
Well, it is April, so
Either you have a third testicle, or you really need to go to the doctor.
it is April. So it doesn't matter. It was just a picture of the guy that you're.
Your guy?
That was
that you're talking to.
Oh, okay.
So many windows I have to open.
What? What window do you have to open, Tim?
Where did you just post the picture?
I didn't. I'm trying to, but I don't know how to do it because I'm stupid. Anyhow, So then he turns his attention over to you.
Yobogoth?
Yobogoth is your name?
That's my name, yes. Don't wear it out, I'll tell you the same.
What's your business in Neverwinter?
I used to live in caves, but I got kicked out for being the tallest gnome at 4 feet. I got shunned by my own rock people.
So the rock gnomes kicked you out for being too tall?
Look, the caves can only be built so big, right?
I mean, you could probably mine it out to be bigger.
I could use you
For
as a
one
walking
guy,
stick.
or just, shun him. That's it. They had a choice. I can respect it,
Who are you?
Doesn't
to
matter
tell
anyway, because
these
I'm in search for
gnomes,
my
Eddie?
sister, Pebbles.
That's
This is their culture, all right? I mean, how would you,
Racist.
Yeah.
You got a problem with
Tallest.
orcs? You got a problem with half orcs? Yeah, I got a human mom and an orc father. What's it to you?
No, I don't have any problems. Wait a minute. This conversation's going a different direction than
Are
I
you pulling
want.
the orc card?
You're only half orc anyway, so
It's what I identify as.
gotcha. And as you say, what I identify as, it hits another rock. The carriage does, and the whole thing just jostles again. And you can see the elf in front of you.
Oh, shit.
Dave did a dexterity check without being asked to and rolled a 20. So, Dave, what are you attempting to do?
Oh, just when it jostles, instead of flying across the carriage, I kind of do a little flip and
Yeah?
land on my feet.
Okay, so you do a cool, like a back somersault to your feet. And
And I applaud
Thank
it.
you. I do the bows. Yeah.
So you stick the landing like a Mary Lou Retton at the end with the hands up in the air, like...
Yep.
3 of our listeners will know who Mary Lou Retton was.
I know who Mary Lou Retton is.
I know
She's
who
an
she
American
is, yeah.
hero.
She was in Scrooged. She played Tiny Tim.
That's right, she did. Holy shit.
Yep. So he looks at all of you. He kind of holds his stomach and he's like, "Oh, this damn carriage driver. If he would only choose softer land." He says, I feel as though I'm going to be ill. Oh, God.
Like, hey, bro, it's only a problem in your head, It's like, the carriage is going to do what it does, right? We can't control that.
Yeah, but I'm going to throw up all over you.
You can throw up on my boots. I've had worse. I throw up every time I get drunk.
No.
On your boots, or you... Oh, okay, you said boots. Okay.
Boots. Bootz.
Well, who knows? Orcs. Might got some kind of crazy kink going on.
So
What the fuck is that supposed to mean?
So because I know you all were very curious, my name is Mord, and I am on my way to Neverwinter because my family is a bunch of shipbuilders, and Neverwinter is a very, very important port town in this world, you see?
Yeah.
So I can't get on ships, though, because clearly I'm very old, and I get very nauseous very easily.
What? You come from a family of shipbuilders, but you got seasickness?
I do.
Okay.
If the more you go on the ships, the stronger your stomach will become. That's just science.
I'm sorry, I kind of zoned out. Could you, old man, could you please repeat what... Sorry, I do that sometimes. I just started thinking about, like, other stuff.
Oh. Yeah,
Let's make sure he's not lying.
No
Tell
problem.
us the same exact story.
My name is Mord, and I come from a family of shipbuilders. I'm on my way to Neverwinter, which is a very important port town, and we're going there because my family's business is in Neverwinter, and I unfortunately can't go onto the ships because, you see, I have a weak stomach.
Well, if you have a weak stomach, this carriage ride is way too fucking hard because this motherfucker up front won't ride on this fucking sock ground. He keeps riding on the fucking bumpy rock, give you hemorrhoids.
And it aches my old man bones, and it also keeps turning my stomach something fierce.
Well, I think, old man, what you need to do is die gloriously in battle.
And as you say, die gloriously in battle, he hits like this massive rock with one of the wheels, and just the side of the carriage that the old man is on just shoots up, and he steadies himself, but he's like, oh God! He yells to the carriage rider, "Stop this infernal carriage, devil man!" And the carriage guy, stops the horses, and he says, "I'm going to be ill," and he swings open the door and he closes the curtain.
I want to do some. No, but before he does that, can I make a sleight of hand check to pick his pocket as he's leaving?
Yeah, you can.
All right. Let me open this up.
Can I try to stop him from doing that because he's just an old man and it doesn't seem right?
Okay, so he rolled 11 on his sleight of hand check. Candice, you're going to attempt to... You're going to have to make a dexterity roll here because you're going to try to stop Dave's sleight of hand.
Okay, what is it? 1D...
So
why do you want to stop him from picking his pocket here?
Because she's...
I don't know.
Because I have a good heart, and I don't think it's right to try to pick the pocket of an old sick man.
Stupid barbarian. Just go out and smash.
So D20 plus 1.
She comes from a very honest people's.
Oh, so you completely
Simple people,
fucked
yes.
that up, Candice. So you try to
Well,
go to
that's
stop him.
Not shocking.
Actually, wait a minute. You know what? She would first need to do a perception check to see if she noticed you were doing the sleight of hand.
Oh.
But we'll call that your perception check, so you failed that anyway, so you didn't even notice he's doing it. So he reaches forward. You reach forward, Phase, to try to pick the pocket of the old man, but he, as you reach to try to get into his pouch that's at his side, he turns very sharply on his way out the door and stumbles outside.
Sorry, you had something hanging off of you. Sorry about that.
No problem. And he slams the door shut. The curtains are shut for his discretion, and you just hear this man
Driver, go.
vomiting his guts out outside. Just
Not
fine,
paying
just
you
let it
to
all out.
driver. Yeah.
You'll feel better when it's all out. I got some hair of the dog, if you want some.
it just sounds
I
like
can brew
this
something up
man's
for
like
you.
dying outside. And then everything goes silent.
Yeah, see, wolves. Gotta watch out for those. All right, Ryder, come on. Chop, chop.
No, we're not going to leave this old man possibly dead on the side of the road. He's probably passed out. He's probably drunk. He looked like an alcoholic. So we need to go out there and check to make sure he's okay.
I got a great idea. Let Candice get outside, check on him, and then let the driver go ahead.
All of you will be going with me because you can't stop me. I'm bigger and stronger than you.
So, Dave, you Phase, you shout to the driver, but you get no response.
You know, this is really terrible customer service, and I'm going to be leaving a really nasty Yelp review because this is just unacceptable. I feel like
I'm gonna make you Yelp if you don't go out with me and check to make sure he's okay.
Candice, are you attempting to intimidate him?
Yes.
Well, I mean, it's a player character, so we'll he already sounded like he was agreeing, so we'll say, yeah, cool, go with it.
Yeah, I don't want this barbarian to just bury her axe in my head. So yes,
Okay.
I will begrudgingly go out.
So we're going to split
All
up the
right,
party.
fine.
The two of you, Red and FaZe, have decided that they're going to exit the carriage to check on the old man.
Can I go
Yobogoth,
to
what are
sleep?
you? Yeah, of course. You gonna close the curtains on the opposite side of the carriage and just go back to sleep?
Yeah, look, it's nice and safe in here. There's a barbarian going out. I don't have to worry about anything,
Okay.
right? Somebody's
Sure.
got to keep an eye and make sure
So-
the carriage doesn't get stolen.
So you Get stolen. So you shut the curtains on the other side as the two of them go out. You lay down with your entire 4-foot frame all the way across the.
Yo, this is like a
carriage.
king size. This is a California king size for me,
Again,
right?
this is in reality something I've said. Short people have an advantage where every bed is a king bed. Fucking 6'1". Every bed sucks except for a California king. Okay.
Hey, so is there a driver?
What?
I mean, we're going outside of the carriage. I just
Yes.
Gonna drive with some
Okay,
devil or
so the
something?
two of you exit the carriage, and looking around, you find on the ground the deceased body of a human.
Well, there we
Is it
go.
the old
All right,
man?
let's just get back the fuck in the carriage. And...
No, but because the old man was an
I
elf.
locked the door.
You also notice that there's
Oh, yeah.
no longer a horse attached to this carriage.
I
So
searched
the
the
old-
body.
Okay, sorry.
What's on the
I
body?
guess I
Is
just-
it wearing clothes?
What's that?
Is the body is it wearing clothes?
Yes.
What is it?
The body is wearing just commoner's garb, it looks
Thank
like,
God.
just regular clothing. It appears it had some sort of like a leather satchel or a pouch, but that has been cut open and maybe forcibly, like somebody was attempting to remove it from him. And there's just a couple of copper coins on the ground next to him.
Yoink!
So you pick up the 2 copper coins?
Fuck yeah, I do.
Well,
Okay.
I'm not gonna say anything bad about that. He's dead. He doesn't need them anymore. I know what dead is. I don't know much, but I know when someone's dead, they don't need money.
I mean,
Why don't I try to get the weakling phase vape scope onto the carriage, and I can pull the carriage myself because I'm strong enough.
I would take a gander that you wouldn't need to pull the carriage.
Okay.
I could
You would take a gander that you don't need to pull the carriage. I mean, if you want
like a guess, you know.
if you want
I don't know.
Yobogoth to remain sleeping in the back,
The soft road, please. Eddie finally found a way for me to shut up during a podcast. He's genius.
you're goddamn right, Tim.
So we have a body here. You don't want me to pull the carriage to Neverwinter.
Yes. So to assess the situation, you guys are currently after exiting the carriage. You notice you are currently in the middle of the woods on a narrow, kind of winding path.
Dead body.
Yep. The
How'd the
windows.
Are
Attempted
there any
robbery.
wounds on the body? Well, I mean,
What's that?
I know it's attempted robbery, but are there any wounds on the body? What was the cause of death?
I'm so glad that you asked, Dave. Slit throat.
Oh yeah, somebody killed this guy. Who took his cut purse. Highwaymen.
Yeah. And no sign of the old man.
I think that old man killed our driver and took off with the horses so we couldn't follow him. I'm not happy with this. I think we need to chase him down and make him pay.
What if the old man is the driver? Because we stopped and then the old man showed up, right?
What? Damn.
He was in the carriage when it was moving.
The old man's been sitting in the carriage.
It's a
with you
magic.
this-
He
It's like
could
a
be
magic
like one of those
carriage.
fucking things in this game that that could be in 2 places at the same time, right?
I'm yelling at Yobogoth. I'm like, no. It's a magic carriage. There is no. Never mind.
Okay, I'm going back to
God
sleep.
damn it.
No, there's clearly like where a horse was previously pulling this carriage. That is there. The straps are there. They're just hanging on the ground.
He could be a horseman.
I think this is the start of our first adventure. Guys, don't you want to go adventuring with me?
I light a cigarette.
I roll over.
Okay.
Can I get back into the carriage and pick up Yobogoth by the back of his neck and throw him outside?
Sure. Give it a shot.
Now I
What
got
do I
to run
do
and
for
catch
that?
up to you, motherfuckers.
How do I do that?
How do you pick Yobogoth up? Well, he's asleep, so he has
Yeah.
no idea what's going on. He's definitely at disadvantage. I would say to lift him up.
Hold on. No, hold on. Don't forget, I'm a rock gnome, okay? So when I sleep like a rock, which means I'm heavy.
No, you still weigh the same regardless of your sleeping status, which is you weigh 190
That's not
pounds.
how it works?
Wait, Tim, why? For height, you have 6 foot tall, weight 190 pounds.
That's my hockey player build. I'm sorry.
I cast Mage Hand.
Okay.
And have it just smack him around a little bit on the
Okay.
face. To wake him up.
Perfect. So, Yobogoth, while you're sleeping, a hand just smacks you in the face. Not hard enough to do damage.
Now,
Just enough to wake
is
you
that
up.
hand just a normal hand, or is there anything weird about that hand?
I mean, it's wearing fingerless gloves.
So it's not a dual
It's
challenge.
not bony or anything. It's not,
Just for future reference, when I said that I wanted to get back on the carriage and pick him up and throw him outside, what would I need to do? Yeah.
So, first to answer Dave's question, yes, it is a really cool, like, Ghost Rider skeleton hand with fingerless gloves on it.
Fuck yeah.
And it
Fingerless
smacks it.
glove has like flames on it too. It's super
Yeah,
cool.
no, it doesn't have physical flames on it. The fingerless
Yeah,
glove
yeah,
has embroidered flames on it. So, Candice, your question.
Yeah, my question was, okay, I don't know how to play this game, but I wanted my character to get back onto the carriage, grab Yobo by the back of the neck, and throw him out into the road. So he has to come with us.
Okay, so now he's been slapped awake, though.
Yeah, but now he's awake. Oh, you slapped him awake before I could grab him?
Yeah.
Are you sure about that? I'm awake.
Yeah, no, yeah, you're awake.
Yobogoth, you must come with us because we have been abused by this old man. He screwed us over, and we need to fix this.
So now we have to walk. Okay, let's go.
And now what will our heroes do, being forced to walk? Will they be able to get back at the old man that screwed them? Will Faze finally find love? Perhaps the answers to all these questions and more next week as we continue our campaign of Dungeons and Dragons and stuff. Thank you.